Hello everybody, I am back with yet another long and overdue pickups video. Now for those of you that know, I am in college and I've been extremely busy with my schoolwork and I just haven't had time to film any videos in my dorm room. But I am home for the holidays, for Thanksgiving break, so over the next few days I'm planning on recording several videos for you guys and then uploading them periodically over the next month and a half or so. Now as you can see, I have a guest behind me here, Calvin. Thank you for looking over here. Yes, he is in the background there. I'm in a different setting only because it is still really bright outside and I didn't want there to be an extreme glare on the screen. But I have been able to pick up a nice little pile of games here. Spent a very, very minimal amount of money on these games. This pile of games here, all retro, I actually did not pay for. I just traded a few games away, some duplicates I had in my collection. But let's just go ahead and get started right now. I'll start with the Super Nintendo games here on the top. Now the first game we have here is Earth Defense Force. I'm not entirely sure if this has anything to do with the recent console games of the Earth Defense Force series, like Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon, and I believe the other one is EDF, like 2017 or something like that. But from the cover here, and I believe I did watch some gameplay footage of the game, I believe it's a shooter, not so much a, on the ground, running around, shooting giant bugs and monsters and stuff like that. I think this is more of a shooter, and if that's the case, I'm perfectly satisfied with that because I've been on a just shmup kick lately. I've been playing a lot of like R-Type and R-Type Final. Castle Shikigami 2, that is the name of the game I was thinking of. Completely slipped my mind. But if any of you guys have played Earth Defense Force with the Super Nintendo, let me know how it is. I have not had a chance to play this yet. And the next game here is actually a game I used to play at my friend's house all the time because his older brothers had a Super Nintendo, and every once in a while we'd sneak in and get to play some games. And this is one that we just love to death. I have no idea why. I haven't played it since then, so it may be absolutely terrible. But that is Speedy Gonzales Los Gatos Bandidos, which I believe translates to Speedy Gonzales and the Cat Bandits. So if any of you guys know anything about Speedy Gonzales, he is basically this little mouse, and he's Hispanic, obviously, and basically this game is just a side-scrolling platformer like several of the cartoon-based games back in the day on the Super Nintendo. And I enjoyed it back in the day, so if it still holds up well today, I'll be pretty satisfied. But I really enjoyed this game when I played it back in the day. And several of my Super Nintendo games in my collection are all like Disney cartoon-based 2D platformers. I just love them. I cannot get enough of them. And they're just games that I thoroughly enjoy. I love the really cartoonish, artistic art style in the games, and then the music is just phenomenal. If you watched any of the Disney movies as a kid, it just translates so well into 16-bit games on the Super Nintendo, and I just love it. So I had to get the Jungle Book. The guy that I was trading with had this in his collection. He wasn't, looking to keep it anymore. So I added that, and I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I did look up some gameplay footage. And the gameplay just looked like a lot of fun. 2D side-scrolling platformer with excellent music. So I'm sure I'll enjoy this. The next one we have here, I absolutely love to death. It's one of my favorite games on the Super Nintendo, but I didn't have it in my collection. This is another Disney game based on one of my favorite Disney movies, and that is Aladdin. Like I said, guys, I cannot get enough of these games. The music is so great. The platforming is just, stellar. It's amazing. But some of these games are actually incredibly challenging. I don't know if any of you guys have played The Lion King, but I never want to be king because my freaking goodness, that level where you, that sequence in the movie when they're playing that song, Just Can't Wait to Be King or whatever, well, that's the second level in The Lion King. And oh my goodness, I probably spent more time trying to beat that level than I did the rest of the game combined. It is so incredibly challenging. So do not overlook these games for their, easy difficulty because they are by no means easy. But Aladdin is a great game. As you can see there, it is developed and published by Capcom. So that's really, really cool. And this card is in actually excellent condition. So I was really happy to get that as well. And the final game here is also based on one of my favorite movies as a kid. And I don't know if any of you guys have seen this movie. I'm sure some of you have. I'm sure some of you have this game. But I remember watching this VHS tape like religiously with my sister, like almost every day. And we had the VHS tape, And before the movie started, they always showed gameplay and advertisements for this Super Nintendo game, and that is the Page Master. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this movie, but it is with Macaulay Culkin. He's in Home Alone. And basically, he goes to the library on this really rainy day. He trips and falls while he's in the library, and he gets sucked into this, like, he basically just blacks out, and he gets sucked into this dream world, visiting all of these different fantasy novels, like Moby Dick, Treasure Island, and, you know, things of that sort, and it's just so awesome. I just loved it as a kid. I haven't watched it in probably, you know, 6, 7-ish years, so I don't even know how good it is today. But I just always remember seeing the gameplay of the game when I, you know, prior to watching the movie, the advertisements, and I just wanted to play the game so bad. Now I finally get my chance. So if any of you guys have played the Page Master, let me know what you think. And then last night, I probably spent, you know, an hour or so just going through some of my NES carts. Just playing some Duck Hunt, Legendary Wings, and Tecmo Super Bowl. And this one as well, this is one of the games that the guy included, and that is RC Pro-Am. This is a very great racer, and the music especially, I was very impressed with. I love the music in this game. Even on the title screen, it was really, really great. But it's a fun racer, and I really enjoyed it. I spent probably 30 minutes playing it last night. My dad was actually watching me. We were just laughing. It was a really great time. So if you haven't played RC Pro-Am, definitely check this one out. It's a lot of fun. The next one we have here, I haven't had a chance to pop in yet, but that is Ghostbusters 2. I know these games aren't held in very high regard. I've actually heard that they are absolutely horrific on the NES, but I'll take it for what it is. I'll give it a try sometime. That is Ghostbusters 2 for the NES. The next game we have here, I played this for a little bit last night. I didn't enjoy it too much, but you know, it was alright, and that is Skate or Die. I know a lot of people have played this game and have spoken about it here in the gaming community, but you know, I'll take it for what it is. It's no Tony Hawk, that's for sure, but it's definitely still pretty fun. I played it for, you know, a few minutes, but that's Skate or Die for the NES. And the final game here is actually one of my personal favorite NES games, you know, personal favorite sports games, I should say, and that is Tecmo Super Bowl. I like Tecmo Bowl a little bit better, but you know, I can't get enough of these games. Just the grunting in the game is so pathetic. But the music is really great, and I can just play this game, you know, all day. It's just so much fun. I just remember watching my dad play when I was very, very young. It was one of the only NES games we had. So it holds a lot of nostalgia in my heart. But that's Tecmo Super Bowl for the NES, you guys. Alright, so I was able to pick up a few more recent games as well. And the first one we have here is Shin Megami Tensei Persona 2 Innocent Sin for the PSP. I've never played any of the Mega 10 games, but I know Craig is a huge fan of the series, and he's actually trying to collect all the games in the series. I don't know how that's going because there's like infinite number of them. But I've not had a chance to play this yet, but I know it was originally released on the PlayStation 1, and I believe it was only released in Japan. This is its first debut in the United States. From what I hear, I'm not entirely sure if that's true, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But I got this really cheap, actually. It was on sale on Amazon for one day for $30, and then I used a $10 gaming coupon that I had and got it for $20, excluding tax and free shipping. So that was really a pretty good deal. And of course, it comes with the game in this nice box. And if you look inside here, there's like some nice artwork in the casing as well, which is really unique. I like that. I like when PSP games kind of go the extra mile. Atlas usually does that. And then, of course, in here we also have this mini soundtrack with 10 songs on this nice little red CD here, with a little bit of dialogue here to read about the game and the tracks on the CD. So that's really cool to only get that for $20 when it was retailing for $40. I can't, you know. We also have a few original Xbox games. I got all 3 of these for $10. It was buy 2 get 1 free, and technically I got 4 games because one of them is a double pack. But the first one we have here is Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds. Now, for those of you that are probably like, oh my goodness, Rusty, what are you doing? I'm kind of asking myself the same question. But I am a huge fan of the Buffy series on TV. I have all of the seasons on DVD. I love it. It's cheesy, I know, but you know, I'm a big fan of it. So I figured I'd get the game and play it. I know Darrow. I'll provide a link to his channel at the bottom because he's a really cool guy. We've been talking quite a bit lately. But I know Darrow recently got this game, and you know, he thought it was okay, but there's a lot of playable characters in here. You can play as Buffy, of course, Xander, Willow, and Spike, Faith, and even, I think, Sid the Dummy from the series, if you're familiar with it. So I figured I'd give this game a try. I love the TV series. So I'm sure the game is decent, mediocre at best. So I'll give that a try and let you guys know what I think about it. The next game we have here is actually recommended to me by a very, very good friend of mine here on YouTube, and that is Josh from the Games of War channel. I'll be providing a link to his channel at the bottom as well. But he recommended in a video of his some of the original Xbox games, and especially the ones developed by Sega. And the first one we have here is Jet Set Radio Future, but this is also a double pack with Sega GT 2002. So he said these two games are really, really great, and for $10 to get these three games here, it was a no-brainer. I was just like, okay, definitely, I'll give this a try. And, I definitely hold Josh's opinion in high regard. I know he's very knowledgeable about games, and we have very similar tastes in games. So I'm sure I'm definitely going to enjoy these games when I get a chance to play them. Hopefully soon. Hopefully I'll get a chance to play some of these this weekend. And the next game is one of my favorites. I don't know why I ever sold this game, but that is Fable for the original Xbox. Fable 2 is my favorite out of the series so far. It was really buggy, but I still loved it. And the first one was just, oh my goodness, it was just incredible though. When I popped this in for the first time, I actually played Fable 2 first and then went back to this, so it was kind of hard. But I definitely understood why people held this game in such high regard at the time, and just how this game blew their minds when it first came out for the Xbox. But it's an incredible game. If you don't have this or you've never played any of the Fable games, I strongly recommend you try this. If you can't find the first one, the second or third will suffice. Both of them are excellent games, and they're some of my favorite action RPGs of all time. So definitely check out Fable 1, 2, or 3 on the Xbox or Xbox 360. And the final game here, guys, is Oh, wait. No. It's actually not Skyrim, you guys. I'm sorry. I have a confession to make. I actually have not really played Oblivion that much. I played it a little bit when it first came out, and I just never really got into it for some reason. And, I was like, okay, I have to give this another try. And the Game of the Year edition is on Amazon right now for $20. Free shipping, if you have Amazon Prime, tax-free. I figured I'd give it a try. I spent 3 hours nonstop playing this the other night, and I'm hooked. So I can only imagine how great Skyrim is. People are spending, dozens and dozens, sometimes over 100 hours on Skyrim already. And I know some people have put, I don't even want to know how many hours into this game. But it still holds up very well. The graphics are a little dated, and, the character movements and, things like that are just a little dated. It's definitely noticeable, but it still holds up very well. I'm really enjoying it. Just a huge world to explore. While the loading times are a little bothersome, I can definitely overlook that because, I've played games like Fable 2 and stuff like that. And it's just a lot of fun and a very expansive world. Just upgrading your character and customizing all the different things that you can is just truly incredible. I cannot even imagine how much more Skyrim has expanded upon this, because this in itself is just so incredible. And for this to be a game that pretty much launched with the 360 is really impressive. So I'm excited to put a few more hours into this. Hopefully 10 to 20 more hours before I take the plunge and get Skyrim. But for what it is, I'm really enjoying it. For $20, you can't go wrong. Especially since this includes Oblivion, Knights of the Nine, and Shivering Isles, all the expansion packs for $20, and you're looking at over 150 hours worth of gameplay here if you play it to its fullest. So that's really, really cool. Alright guys, so that's everything I picked up in the last 2 months. I know it's not a lot, but like I've said, I'm in college now, so I have to be a bit more frugal with my spending. But let me know, guys. Drop me a comment below. Let me know what you guys picked up recently. I know there's been an unfathomable number of games coming out in the past few months, and extremely good quality titled games too, like AAA games. So let me know. I know you guys' wallets are probably hurting just as much as mine buying some of these games. So let me know what you've been playing, let me know what you're enjoying, and let me know what you're looking forward to getting this coming holiday season. Alright, thanks a lot guys. Thanks for watching.